Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal. I am back with another video, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about Hasbro's reveals at Pulsecon. Also, we got some news about the next groupings of missing Link figures, one of which is a character who never got a toy back in G1, so it's very exciting about that. And on top of that, there is a 40th anniversary music video that has got the entire Transformers fandom talking about this thing. It's awesome. It's amazing. And I'm going to just take some time to gush a little bit over it. So, of course, I've got a lot to talk about and some more. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon, becoming a channel member, or purchase some merch. Links are in the description below. So I wanted to give the unfortunate news that Peter Renaday, who voiced the original Grapple back in G1, along with Lord Chumley and Professor Green, as well as being well known for voicing the original Master Splinter in the 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, has passed away. So he'll greatly be missed, and my deepest condolences to his family. So I want to talk to you guys today about Hasbro Pulsecon and all their reveals first. And a lot of folks were saying that it wasn't as exciting as it could have been. I kind of expected it as much because when they did the pipeline reveals before, they already revealed what the figures were going to be, and we already knew that many of them were going to be either re-releases or redecos of existing characters. But now we get to see the official images of those toys, and I think it's very welcome, because for a lot of folks, they could not get their hands on certain figures. I had made mention, one of them, that I didn't think that it was not all that rare to get, but some people are like, no, that figure was really hard to get. We couldn't get our hands on it. So I was like, okay, all right. So for all the figures here that are re-releases, this is definitely something that is as well worth it. So I'm going to talk about the re-releases first. And one that is really welcome for a lot of people is Cosmos. I actually have Cosmos here chilling out, and he's got a custom flag that was made by Firetox, but it's definitely something that I think is worth it because, you know, this figure was short packed during the Velocitron set, and it's kind of weird that, like, the character that's, you know, a prominent G1 minibot was kind of hard to come by. And they didn't expect this character to be, you know, as short packed as he was. So here he is in all his glory. It's great to see him for folks who were not able to get him the first time around. Now, I gotta say, I'm a little confused about this one because Bumblebee was rather easy to get, but he was a Target exclusive. He kind of clogged the shelves a bit, and they put him on clearance pretty quickly. But this is the Origins, Cybertronian mode for G1 Bumblebee, and they're finally releasing it, right alongside Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. Now, I have this figure as well. I don't have the Origins Wheeljack. I was not able to find Wheeljack on the shelves, unfortunately, but I do, would love to be able to actually reenact that whole scene where Bumblebee kind of goes into the back of Wheeljack, because that is something that the figure can do. So if you missed out on the Origins Bumblebee, this is your chance to get him too. They also made mention of the fact that, yes, we made sure to let them know, hey, the Coneheads. People are not able to get their hands on the Coneheads, and they released Dirge last year. They're also doing Ramjet. Hopefully they do Thrust, and I actually hope that it's a new mold if they decide to go with the Armada Thrust, but that's a whole nother discussion. I'm very glad that, this figure is getting released as well, because that 2-pack, pretty much all of the Earthrise 2-packs that were Amazon exclusives were just kind of difficult to come by. And they, a lot of the guys on the Hasbro team literally said, hey, people are having a hard time getting them. I'm glad that people are now able to get them too. Tarn was the figure I was scolded for by some fans in the comments because, again, I got the figure. I was able to find him in the store. He was in abundance. But for some folks, distribution was that bad that they did not get Tarn. So now you have your opportunity to get another Tarn figure. If you haven't already gotten the 4-pack one, that one is more on the Cyberverse side and comes with the one figure that I wanted at that pack, which is Squeeze Play. But I'm very also glad, too, that people are able to get their hands on Tarn. And last but not least is Galaxy Shuttle. Now, this is a character from Transformers Victory. I wanted to talk about the reveal for this first, because not only are they releasing, Galaxy Shuttle again, with all 3 of his modes, with his shuttle mode and he's a retool of Astro Train, obviously, but it's another Transformers Victory character, because the Pulsecon exclusive that is also available through Hasbro Pulse is Dino King. But you probably can have the 2 characters face off against each other, which is pretty cool in and of itself. So it's another thing for those who missed out, be able to get him. Now, this is one that I know some fans are going to be pretty upset about, but there's both good and bad to this. So they decided to ensure that G2 Breakdown was made available to people because they are trying to complete the G2 Stunticons. The problem with that is that G1 Breakdown was kind of short-packed. I know someone that actually put an order for G1 Breakdown. It has been delayed probably until next year. So I don't know when, he's getting it, and he's kind of complained about it, and rightfully so. But you are able to get the G2 Breakdown, and it will be compatible with your Menasor if you decide to do so. They decided to go with the toy accurate head this time, at least as far as the face, because I know that, or at least as far as the head, because I know that the face was actually a visor, if I remember the toy correctly, and they went with the color of the purple there going down the stripe of the chest. Still, his alternate mode is pretty cool looking, I have to say, with they actually incorporated gold into the clear plastic for the windshield and the windows. That big blazing G2 Decepticon symbol. The colors on him look great. And Breakdown, for those of you who are also not aware, was the first BotCon exclusive figure. So another welcome addition to a lot of folks who really want him. And this one is not really a surprise that he's coming, but more so that I know some folks are going to be angry because he does not come with the Minicon partner, but it is Micron legend Rampage. Yes, I know, I'm calling him by his Japanese name from what he is known in America as Armada Wheeljack. This particular character is not a surprise because they did do the tooling for Shattered Glass Sideswipe. So it's another release of the Sideswipe mold, has the scrape across his chest because he became a Decepticon in that series. Japanese series he was called Rampage. And the head sculpt looks great and what have you. The vehicle mode looks cool, as pretty much all of them are. But for myself personally, I'm going to end up skipping this guy because I'm not the biggest Armada fan. But I am very glad for those who have been waiting for their Armada figures to come out. Now, I have to say this much. Everybody who is a big Armada fan has been clamoring on about the fact that their Minicon partners have not come with the retail releases of the figures. So here's where I'm going to make a stand for the Armada fans. I think they need to do something with the Minicon characters. Jolt, they've already made a figure for. Windshear, they made a figure for. They need to make one for the Swindle Minicon. They need to make one for Sparkplug and for Leader 1 and, for all the characters that they released, of all of the characters throughout Legacy that have been Armada characters. They just have not given them their Minicon partners. And there's no reason that they can't, even if they made it like a specialized pack or whatever, of all the Minicons in one set that you bought for at Voyager class price or something like that. That would be something nice for the Armada fans to be able to get their Minicon partners with the toys. Even if I'm not the biggest Armada fan, I still think that they should be able to get all of the play features that they have out of it. I feel the same way about when it comes down to some of the late G1 stuff, Pretenders and Target Masters and Headmasters and everything should all come with the partners the proper way that the toys originally came out. I understand that they, you may have to lose some play features here and there, but this is one of those things where the Minicon partners were very important to the characters as those toys were released. So here's to hoping. And last but not least, a character that lives up to his name, Overcharge. Quite literally lives up to his name. You know, this is going to be a recolor of, you know, G1 Blitzwing in his Diaclone colors, which is why he has the grayish silver color that he have here, and the tank itself is going to be green. If you guys saw my Blitzwing retrospective, of course, I talked about this color scheme for the character, and he does look cool. Actually uses an alternate head sculpt. Believe it or not, the use of the, you know, cannons in tank mode actually look pretty cool on this mold. Doesn't look so great on Blitzwing, but looks really great on Overcharge. And Overcharge is actually a troop builder because it's supposed to be like troopers built by the Quintessons. One of them, you know, became a sentient Decepticon and, of course, joined Megatron's ranks, and that one is Blitzwing. So that is kind of the backstory behind it. But in jet mode, of course, it does look really cool as well. They made mention in the image here that it hides the green tank better. And I kind of agree, at least maybe from this image. But because you know, getting those colors just right is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And not everybody really liked this mold. I understand that. But I thought this mold was decent for G1 Blitzwing, all things considered. I just wish that his G1 colors were a little bit better, you know, by comparison. And the last figure reveal that they decided to do, they already showed Bumblebee, and of course I was given the opportunity to do the reveal for Elita 1, but the final figure that they've done the reveal for is Sentinel Prime. And this Sentinel Prime figure is actually kind of cool. I mean, it pretty much looks like a Seeker, if I'm going to be honest with you. You know, he does have his armored up mode. I'm guessing that this is going to be like a final battle for him. And then, of course, you have his jet mode. And his jet mode is kind of cool. Now, I'm going to be seeing Transformers 1 tomorrow. I know it's late now tonight, but by the time that this video goes up, I'm probably in the movie theater watching Transformers 1. So we'll see about that. But, you know, I'm going to see if the movie is any good, and I'll give you guys my honest review, because I know everybody's going to have mixed opinions about it no matter what. Some people are going to say it's the best thing since sliced bread, and some people are going to say it's the worst thing ever. Of course, I'm going in with an open mind. Now, this was something that I did not expect to see. Missing Link is awesome, all right? I've got the G1 Optimus Prime, the cartoon colored variant. I'm kind of like on the fence about whether or not to go and like splurge and try to get my hands on the toy colored one. The Bumblebee one looks cool. The Cliff Jumper one looks cool. But we wondered, like, what other Transformers can they do where they add all the articulation that you ever wanted into an original G1 toy? And that's what they're doing here. We're getting Sunstreaker and G1 RC. And I always said that the 86, you know, Transformers, for what it's worth, they're less posable than some other toys. So to have posable G1 figures, you know, would be amazing. If they did G1 Rodimus Prime, I would absolutely go for it. But we get a closer look at Missing Link Sunstreaker. This is the prototype, of course. It's unpainted, and so we know it's coming. And I think this is a smart choice because the very first Diaclone toy that was released was the toy that became Sunstreaker. The original toy was in red. They released it in America in yellow, so that was the toy that became Sunstreaker, and I think he looks awesome. And we don't have access to the original molds. I have my G1 Sunstreaker. He's incomplete, but if they release this, yeah, I'm going for it. This is definitely one to get. The original G1 Sunstreaker, and he's going to be posable. Very, very cool. But also an unexpected thing is G1 RC. Now, for those of you who know, I did my RC retrospective, and RC did not receive a toy way back in G1. And she was really missing from many of our toy shelves because she was prominently shown in the movie. She was in season 3. She was a regular character, but her toy just never got produced. And they did actually make a prototype for her way back in the day. So it's not unexpected that, like, you know, we would want a G1 RC figure, and they just never went around to getting to it. So Missing Link is going to be doing so. And I think they're going to end up releasing it in both color schemes. This is just a proof of concept. This is not the actual toy that they're going to release. This is just kind of like, you know, hey, it's a quick prototype that we made. It doesn't necessarily transform the way that we expect it to. So they're going to work on it and actually make a posable G1 RC figure that can stand next to your G1 toys. I think they're going to do both color schemes. If they do both color schemes, I will get them both for sure. You know, get the movie colors and get the prototype colors. I know some fans are clamoring on about that. So I think this is very well worth it. I'm excited about that for sure. And not gonna lie, it's a great time to be a Transformers fan. Trigger finally made something for Transformers. We've known for a long time in a lot of their animes that they put Transformers references into their animes because they just love Transformers. The animator and director, you know, went on a video as he was making this, talking about how cool this video was because he just grew up watching Transformers. He loves hand-drawn animation for Transformers over CGI. He doesn't like, you know, CGI by comparison. So just seeing all of these Transformers characters hand-drawn, you know, granted it's, you know, through a computer, but, you know, not on paper, but it's still hand-drawn animation, and it looks fantastic, makes every single era of Transformers, no matter what your favorite era of Transformers is, it's incorporated in here. He tried to cram everything he could into it, and it's just so cool. It's got a song, it uses the song, a song by Bump of Chicken, which explains the multicolored Optimus Prime figure that they're releasing. But this just was like such a cool thing to watch. The video is only 3 minutes and 49 seconds long. Well worth your time watching. Like, I could sit here. I'm not going to try and break it down because I don't want to get, let's say, a copyright claim, but I'm just going to like play like just a clip of it here. You know, of course, then you got the Decepticons. Like, it's just such a cool thing to have like all of that drawn. Look at this. I mean, how cool is that to have that there? One of my favorite scenes that came throughout this whole sequence was this, and I just have to play it here. So, like, you get the Bump of Chicken Optimus, but then look at this. Optimus and Optimus Primal merged to Optimal Optimus. Just that's so cool to see. And then you've got Megatron in gun mode with Transmetal Megatron. They transform, turn into Dragon Megatron, and they clash. And then there's the Beast Machines, you know, promo. Oh, man. It was, like, so cool to watch. Like, if you go towards the end of the video, they have this, like, clip here where you have G1 Megatron and G1 Prime meet up with each other, and then they kind of, like, end it with some of the human cast. And the whole theme of the whole thing is to try to end the war. So they end it with an Earthspark reference here with the two characters shaking hands. The idea is like, the end of war. The video is just so cool. Like, I'm spending more time telling you how cool it is and how much of I nerded out watching it than you probably have actually watched it to begin with. That being said, again, I think this is for 40th anniversary. It's a great time to be a Transformers fan. I'm going to be seeing Transformers 1 tomorrow, so I'll have a spoiler-free review up for that. I am going to be doing a special on Transformers Day, which is September 17th, talking about my experience of Transformers throughout the years, because I really do think that it is a great time to be a Transformers fan, even if not everything that's coming out you're excited about. But there is other things that, like, fans are doing just to, like, you know, get excited about this 40th anniversary. So, but I want to know what you guys think about this Transformers news. Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. I have many more Transformers videos like this coming soon, so stay tuned for all of that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.